Hello everybody, Excel here, CEO of Epsilon, and welcome back to another tutorial video. So recently I uploaded a learning Photoshop tutorial. That's only episode 1. I'll upload another one soon. And I've been getting a lot of questions lately wondering how you can make your videos look better and stuff like that. And I'm going to show you guys a little example. So recently on Epsilon Play, a introduction video was put up for Metalhead, our content manager. And I have his video right here, the raw file that I rendered for him, or re-rendered really. And right now I'm going to show you guys I'm going to show you guys what the rendered video looked like. And I'm going to show you guys it right now, so you might want to watch it. So here you go. I'll go ahead and zoom in. So I'll show you guys. Right now this is in slow motion. As you can see, you know, it looks fine. But if you notice, right here, there is motion blur, as if like it's a ghosting effect, like a phasing effect. And I'm showing you guys how to get rid of that, so that whenever you render out videos, it's gonna look way better. And this one of these clips is also pretty good for a good example as well. So I'll show you guys how to do that. When it's played in real motion, it looks really, it doesn't look as good as it should, or it doesn't look as good as it potentially could be. So I'll show you guys how to make it look you know, way better. And I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys some project files. So here are my project settings. This is Sony Vegas Pro 11. So if you don't have this, of course it wouldn't really matter, but you know. So anyways, these are my project settings. Of course, so as you can see, my template is, well, it doesn't really matter, it's gonna be custom. So the width has to be 1280 by 720. So whenever you render it out, it'll be in 720p. If you make it 1080, it'll be, then if you make it 1080 in height, then it has to be 1920 in width. But there's no point in really doing that because it's just going to take longer, and 720p doesn't really look any different from 1080p. So I'm going to show you guys how to make your settings for Sony Vegas Pro 11 look, or make your videos look 1,000 times better, guys. So anyways, this is the width and height, and so you can render in 720p. Field order has to be upper field first or lower field first, and it doesn't, both of these are good. I wouldn't suggest non-progressive scan, because as you put that, pretty much it's going to be like, if you do that, it's not going to be customized. And yeah, like pretty much what it does is, if you put non-progressive scan, your clip, this isn't what causes it to have motion blur or do the phasing effect. It just makes the clip so that it's processable, if that makes sense. But you know, yeah, so I just put upper field first. I'd leave it as that. Pixel aspect ratio, sorry, has to be 1.0 square. If you do 1.333 HDV 1080, it wouldn't look as well, and it'll come out like a large file size, so I wouldn't do that. Output rotation 0 degrees original, so it stays upright. Frame rate should be 59.94. When you upload to YouTube, it converts it to 30 FPS, and the human eye only captures 24 FPS, I believe. So I would suggest putting it at 59.94 double NTSC FPS. You could put it as 29.970, but then your video won't come out as smooth, and it won't look as if it's in real time. Like a 59.94 is practically 60 FPS, which is what consoles play on. And on PC you can have way more, of course. So it pretty much just shows how fast the computer or the video processes. So that's pretty much what it is. Stereoscopic 3D mode, just leave it off. Pixel format 8-bit, I would just leave these. Just 8-bit, it doesn't really matter. Compositing gamma, you can't really change it. I would just leave it as it is. Full resolution rendering quality, best, of course. When you render it out, it'll be best, but you can always make the preview quality a little bit lower. Motion blur type, leave it as Gaussian. Anything else will probably make your video look really bad when it blurs. De-interlace method, just don't do any, because your video is not going to really have de-interlacing. And adjust source media to better match project or render settings, I wouldn't do that. And of course you can always have pre-rendered files folder if you want, and that's pretty much it. So I'm going to go ahead and start all new projects with these settings, and if you click that, all you have to do is press OK, and no matter what you do, if you start a new project, it'll come up with these settings. So of course you can always pause the video anytime if you want to customize, or you want to take a look at my settings. And yeah, we're going to go ahead and get started, guys. So we're going to press OK, and as you can see, we got a blank screen. Over here, this is kind of the preview box. So over here, if you press this, it'll show draft, or it'll show draft, preview, good, and best. For each one, it says auto, full, half, and quarter. This is the preview quality worth. So I'm gonna show you guys pretty much how to make your videos look better anyway. So yeah, you can change your project video properties right here. You can go full screen right here. You can put a video output effects, which is pretty much just putting effects on the video. And you can also save, make a snapshot or whatever right here. You can also put overlays right here, but I wouldn't worry too much about it. So yeah, alright, so we're gonna go ahead and you know, import some clips. So the way you can import is going by file, import, and then media. You can also consider this kind of like a Sony Vegas tutorial, like a short tutorial. You can always, like I said, you can always go to file, import, and then media if you want to import clips, or you can just right next to this Thunderbolt, you can press this button, which means import media. So yeah, alright guys, so I'm gonna show you guys pretty much the main video process that I do whenever I make my videos. So I'm gonna go ahead and, you know, put in the Epsilon intro, and I'll go ahead and put in a watermark. And of course, if you're in Epsilon, I'll put a link for the watermark in the description right now. So of course I'll just drag it in. So as you can see, this is the timeline. If you want to, you know, drag in a clip, all you have to do is like so. You just get your clip, you in right here in your project media, your media project handler. You just click on whatever you drag in. So I'll click on the Epsilon intro, hold it, and drag it in right here. And you should see like an outline of the clip and how long it is, and drag it down as you can see. So when I play it, of course, I'm not sure if the recording picked up the audio file for that. If it didn't, oh well. And yeah, so pretty much I'm gonna show you guys a little bit of something for this. So right now, there's two ways. There's like God, how do I say this? Okay, first off, we're gonna go over with the video track. So pretty much, video track is just, you know, the track with all your videos or video clips on it. You can make more than one. As you can see, I have one right here. And if I want to make a new one, I just right click out of the tracks, like where the tracks are, and I just put insert video track or insert audio track. Insert video track, you can just, you know, right click insert video track, or you press Control Shift Q. Oh, whoops, messed up. There you go. What the? Why is it not working? There you go. Alright, so that makes a new video track, and if you want to make a new you know, audio track, you just press Control Q. There you go. So we're gonna go over how to manage your video tracks, and pretty much you know, if you want to make a video or something, you know, a little bit less, yeah, I'm just gonna teach you guys a basic setup of it. So right here I have two intros. As you can see, one overlaps and the other doesn't. So I'm gonna show you guys pretty much how to change opacity. So first off, opacity is pretty much how clear something is, like if it's transparent, the measure of transparency on something. So right now this is 100% transparency. This is two intros on top of one another. You can't tell it's two because it's transparent, so you wouldn't know. But instead, I'm gonna move this over a little bit so you're gonna be able to know if it's transparent or not. So right now, as you can see, this is transparent. I'm gonna tell you that right now. This is transparent. Or no, it's not. Okay, it's not. It's okay. But if you want to make it transparent, all you do is look where at the video track is, and it says level 100%. If you want to make the opacity down, you can always change this. As you can see, now you can tell it's transparent because you can actually see the real intro behind it. And or if you want to make it, if you want to change the opacity, all you do is put your mouse at the top of the video clip right here, and if you hover over it for a second, it'll say opacity is 100%. You can drag it down, you click and you drag, and you can measure the opacity that way. You can change it that way as well. And of course, if you want to delete a track, you just go ahead and press right click, delete track, and that's it. Now I'm going to go ahead and insert a new video track, so you can put a watermark. As you can see, like I said, just drag down the watermark, and there you go. As you can see the watermark in the bottom left corner now. Now, if you want to make the watermark longer, of course, all you have to do is on the very end of the clip, right here, you'll see like a like a window panel thing. Right at the very end of the clip, or in this case, the watermark file, you just click and you drag out, and once you click it, you should have a blue highlighted line. Like the end of it should be glowing blue. You just drag it out to how long your video is. So in this case, I'll drag it to the very end of the intro, and as you can see, it now covers the entire intro. Now we're gonna insert a raw video file. I'm gonna insert a raw gameplay that I have into this project, so you'll be able to see it. So I'm gonna insert this gameplay I recorded a couple days back, and it is a free-for-all game, I believe, on Black Ops 2, as you can see. And of course, I'll show you guys how to do it in a second. So okay, so it's done importing. As you can see, I can see the entire thing. Now of course, if I play through it, it's a bit too loud. There you go. The audio is too loud, very loud. So if you want to make it lower, here's how to make your audio lower, because sometimes I just hear commentaries over gameplay audio, and the gameplay audio is way too loud, and I can't focus on the commentary, and I just stop watching, and it loses my interest. And that's like a personal thing. If you guys like gameplay audio, I mean, that's your thing. I personally don't, and I don't know a lot of people that do like, you know, gameplay like that, because it's annoying. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys how to make your gameplay audio lower while you have commentary over it. So pretty much this is the normal audio file. This is at its maximum, or not maximum, this is at its medium or normal audio frequency. And at the very top, like I showed you with the opacity thing, where you hover your mouse over the top of the video clip in the timeline, you click and you drag it down like to change the opacity. It's the same thing for audio. This lowers the dB, like the sound. And if, for example, as you can see in the waveform in the audio, here, let me see if I can make it bigger. Oh, that's not cool. There you go. All right. So as you can see, the waveform, it's at its normal, amount. Now, of course, if I want to make the waveform lower, like the sound lower, so I can actually hear the commentary, or if you want to hear the commentary, all you have to do is do the same thing with opacity. Hover your mouse over the top of the audio file, click, hold, drag down until you get your desired level. Right now it's pretty low. It's about like 16.6. It'll tell you when you drag it down. Recommended for me, for my audio, like my commentaries aren't that loud, but it's not that quiet either. And whenever I do that, I usually like to have my audio at like minus 35.7 dB, or maybe 29.6 dB. So when I play it, it's not too loud. I usually prefer 35.7 instead, because you can still hear the gameplay, but it's like it's not too loud, but you can still hear it in the background. Like if you hear gunshots, you can still hear gunshots, but you might not be able to hear like minor sounds like footsteps or jumping or something. I don't know. But yeah, so I'm gonna show you guys another neat trick to cutting your clips as well, so you can perfectly time your clips. So right here, I'm gonna play the clip, and you might hear it as well. So here you go. As I play it, when I recorded this, it went really fast in the beginning for some reason, and I don't want that, right? So what I want to do is, as you can see, I don't want this to show up either. I just want the match begins. I want to start a match begins. So I'm gonna find the spot where it stops and it says match begins, which is right here. Alright, so right here in the clip, this is when it stops. So a way you can split clips, or if you want to make clips shorter, is by doing the same thing with when I told you to put your mouse at the very end of the video clip to make it longer. Click and hold and drag it out to make it longer. This is kind of the same concept, except it's doing it from before. So I want the clip to start from here. So I want to go ahead and click at the beginning of the raw video file. Click, hold, drag right, because I want it to go this way and I want it to start right here. So now it starts right here. Of course, if I start over here, it's going to be pitch black. So the way I want to do that is I want to drag this clip over by clicking it, and then hold and drag left until it meets your marker or your cursor, and as you can see, it is now on sync. So if I played it, as you can see, it starts off right away. And maybe if a nice video trick, if you want to be a professional video editor like me, if you want to make a delay, the delay towards the gameplay seem a little bit more dramatic or a little bit more smoother, instead of having the gameplay start off right away like some people do like this means like right after the intro the gameplay is going to start. As you can see, I don't like that. Personally, I don't. So what I like to do is I like to have like a good amount of space between the intro and then the gameplay. So I like to drag it out a little bit. Of course, if I want to select a spot for the gameplay to be, I just click wherever, bam, the cursor's there, click, hold, drag, and bam. Okay. Now another neat trick is making your videos fade in. Now if you want your videos to fade in, there's this pretty cool trick. It's a fade offset, pretty much, so it'll fade in. So right now is black, like right now the video is black, and then if I go right here, it is now the gameplay. Now if you want to make gameplay a little bit more smoother, what you can do is fade offset, which makes a video fade in. So first off, what you want to do is you want to find a spot where your video wants to show up after the fade. So I want the video to show up after the fade at this point right here, which is 4 seconds, when the match begins in 4 seconds. Now, I want it to fade in there. So what you want to do is when you want it to fade into a certain spot, find the spot you want, click there so you can have the cursor and don't move the cursor. Now what you want to do is in the top left of the video clip at the very front of it, if you hover your mouse over it, it'll say fade offset, and then 0 hours, 0 minutes, 0 seconds, and 0 milliseconds. All you have to do is once you click on it, it should look like a corner of a circle, like let's see, how should I say this, 1/4 of a circle with a double-ended arrow. So what you want to do is you click, drag, and if you did it right, you should see something like a little slope on your video clip to where you drag to the cursor. So this is the fade offset, which means when you click at the very front now, it's gonna be black, but as you click progressively along the slope, it's gonna get the opacity changes, so it's like fading from black, and this makes gameplay seem a lot more smoother, in my opinion. So for example, right after the intro, and then the audio slowly smooths in. You won't be able to see it as well unless I put on draft auto, so I'll put it on draft auto so you can see it. So as you can see, right after the intro, bam, it fades in smoothly. Of course, it's not going to show smoothly on video preview because I'm recording, and because you know, yeah, because it's lagging. So now I'm going to show you guys how to make your videos remove the ghosting effect. I'm gonna show you guys the ghosting effect that's going on in my video, the raw video file right now. I'll show you guys that right now if I can find it. Oh, there it is, right there. As you can see, you see the reflex sight kind of distort. So here's the reflex sight clearly. As you can see on my LMG, the reflex sight is very clear. Now when I move one keyframe right, or two keyframes right, if you want to move one keyframe right, you gotta zoom in, of course, and you gotta move right with the right arrow key. As you can see, it kind of distorts. It distorts right here. And if you also another thing, if you want to move a keyframe, all you have to do is just right here on your manager, your video preview box. On the very right, it says the next frame, you just press that, or previous frame, you press that. As you can see, it distorts right here. You can tell on the boxes, or that might just be the video preview quality, but definitely right here, it blends in, like it kind of distorts. Here, let me try to find. There you go, right there. As you can see, if you want to get rid of that, all you have to do is, if you have the raw video file, I'm not saying the rendered video file you already rendered out, because then it won't work. But this is the raw video file straight from the recording off of my Elgato. All you have to do is right click on the clip, so it'll show you properties. You have to click on properties, and you should come up with the properties of the video clip, and it'll tell you the active take name, which is the video file name, and you should have switches, which is mute, lock, loop, maintain aspect ratio, and smart resample, force resample, and disable resample. And it'll tell you the FPS of your clip, which is 59.94 in this case. Now all these switches you don't have to worry about. I personally take off loop because if I want to make the video longer, it will loop around again, and I don't want that. Maintain aspect ratio, definitely take it off, and I'll show you why. Reduce interlace flicker, don't put that on. It will ruin your video because it will try to fix interlacing on your video, and if there isn't any interlace, then it'll mess up your video, so it's better just to keep it off. Now smart resample, force resample, and disable resample. First off, I want you to notice this, okay? Smart resample is currently on, and as you can see, it's still distorting, like the reflex is distorting. Now I press disable resample, now press OK. Right? Oh, whoops, that's not it. Right there was when it you know, distorted. That's why I press OK. Right there. Whoops, hold on. Let me try to find a different spot for distortion. See if I can get a smoother spot. Hold on. I'm trying to find a spot. I'm not sure if this video has many spots for distortion, because usually this only happens in 29.97 FPS clips. If you didn't know that, this is 59.94, so it's a bit different. Let's see if I can find it still. Whatever, I'll still show you anyway. So right now, of course, the video has a smart resample disabled. You want to always have disable resample. This makes it so the motion blur is off and it doesn't resample the pixels in the video clip, and it makes sure it removes the ghosting effect. So you just press disable resample, press OK. And also, a lot of people ask me, oh, I don't feel like doing that, there's too much effort. Do I have to do that every time? Yes, you have to do it every time. Unlike you, if you want to be a dedicated YouTuber, which is something you absolutely need on YouTube, if you're not dedicated, you're not going to go far, then you should probably do this every time you make a video. All you have to do is drag in the video clip to where you want it to, use the techniques I showed you, right click, properties, and disable resample, disable maintain aspect ratio, and looping, just press OK. Now, of course, when it comes to recording on my PVR, or not PVR, sorry, Elgato, I threw out my PVR a long time ago. Right here, there's a little black. You can't tell on maybe if you watch it on YouTube right now, but if you're watching full screen, right now on the side of the video, there's like black outline. So if you want to fix that, all you have to do is right click, video event, pan and crop. All right, and right now, this thing right here, X center, you want to change to 638. Oh, sorry, no, that's not it. Crap, forget what I said. Alright, You keep X and Y center at 640 and 360. You want to change the width by 1275 or maybe 1270. Change it to 1270, guys. And you want to change the height to 710. Now this gets rid of the black bars exactly, so if you want to save those settings you can. It's the width has to be 1270 and the height has to be 710, and there you go. We'll get rid of the black lines, of course. So also another thing, if you want to make the video fit perfectly and make it look good really, when you're in the video pan and crop, you should see like the letter F and then a rectangle marquee around your video clip. Right click on that and then press match output aspect. If I restored this, it will put it back to its original state. So again, like I said, put in 1270, then 710, whoops, 710, there you go. Then right click, whoops, match output aspect. There you go. So now your video has no black lines, it's not going to have the ghosting effect, and all I have to do is render it out, of course. And I'll make another video for render settings because I'm running out of time now. So yeah, like I said, you gotta make sure you have disable resample, and make sure you have the black lines, you know, pretty much out of visibility. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. So that's how you make your videos look infinitely better. In my opinion, this makes your videos look better as well. And of course, if you want to have a smooth ending on your video, do the fade offset trick, which I showed you before. All you have to do is do it on the other side. Go to the top right of the clip, click, hold, drag, and you should see the slope thingy on your video. You just do the same thing for the watermark. As you can see, the watermark fades out right when the video fades out as well, so until it's complete darkness. As you can see, there you go. So that's how you make your videos infinitely better. If you enjoyed this tutorial, be sure to drop a like, favorite, and subscribe to my channel, and check out Epsilon Atelier or Atelier. And as always, guys, hope you guys enjoyed. I'm out. Bye.